Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. If you have trouble speaking up for yourself or saying no when you really want to, you may actually be causing yourself harm in order to please others. Here to explain, we welcome back personal growth strategist and author of Build Your Village, Florence Ann Romano. It's great to see you, my friend.
So good to see you, my friend. This is a hard topic. People are already sweating
I know
about it.
it's tough, but we're going to get through it together. So this kind of all relates back to my favorite B word, boundaries. I love a boundary.
That's right. And we talk a lot about it here. And this is, it all overlaps, it all melds together. And, people-pleasing tendencies lead to having no boundaries or overstepping those boundaries. And boundaries are necessary for us. They're there to protect us from uncomfortable situations and protect our emotional well-being and mental harm. And without those boundaries, we set ourselves up to that vulnerability being taken advantage of or even manipulated.
So if you're in a situation and you're just thinking to yourself, gosh, I really want to say no to this, but I'm not sure how to do it. Do you just need to give yourself a minute? Is that step one?
I think we should always think before we respond. That's how we get in trouble a lot in this world. We tend to think that silence is offensive, and if we take a minute before we give a response, or we say, you know what, I need a not even just a minute. I need to think about this for a day and I'm going to get back to you. We can say what we mean without saying it mean. We say that a lot here on this program too. There's a lot of power in saying no. But again, it's not that you're trying to wield your power against someone, or you're trying to hurt their feelings or be cruel, or it's done in malice. This idea of saying no and prioritizing yourself and your well-being, that's going to set you up actually to be a better friend, a better daughter, a better granddaughter, all of those different roles in your life. So you're doing this in order to also show up for others as your best self.
Do a lot of people sometimes, they're so afraid of the consequence, they're so afraid they're going to make someone else upset or disappoint them that they don't even want to try saying no, when really most of the time it's going to be okay. The other party is going to understand.
It is. An explanation is also key. We don't want to over-explain ourselves or feel like anyone's owed an explanation in a scenario where you're saying no, or you're refusing to do something, or you're just politely declining. But I also think that there is a time and a place to say, this is why I'm responding the way I am, to allow for that clarity. And it doesn't need to be a long monologue. It can just be no because, and a simple declarative sentence. And then also understanding when we set boundaries, and we say this a lot here to each other, that boundaries are you fighting for the relationship. And the same goes in terms of people pleasing. You are trying to protect yourself from a vulnerability or a manipulation that perhaps is going to get you into a spot that is going to be dangerous in some sort of way, or is going to neglect your mental health, or is going to kind of turn the tides backwards in any sort of progress you're making in your personal growth. So this is very layered. Obviously, I'm going into a lot of variables about why people pleasing is important. But the first step is understanding that you deserve to stand up for yourself, and that it's not your job to always be worried about how the other person feels. Your feelings matter too.
There you go. And I think if you find that authenticity, right, if you say no when you mean it and you say it in a kind of gentle way, you're being more honest, and that can foster a deeper connection with the person that you're talking to.
Absolutely. And it's also an opportunity to learn something new about the person that you're communicating with. Maybe they're going to learn something new about you. Maybe you're going to inspire them to create those boundaries for themselves. And it opens up a conversation too. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to people on the side after doing a segment like this that say, okay, can you tell me a little bit about like one of the first times you actually did this and how did it feel? And I'll be totally honest with you. It's uncomfortable. My face probably turned red, probably couldn't feel my knees, because that's so out of character. for me, but I am learning to do it more and more and finding the cadence for myself and the words for myself that feel comfortable. I always want to be able to go to sleep at night knowing that I did show up as my best self. I was respectful. I was kind, but I did so in a manner that was also prioritizing myself and my growth. It's a really great opportunity for you to engage in maybe that type of inspiration that someone desperately needs too.
There you go. And you've got to keep your own energy bank full before you can really give the most of yourself to the people that you care about. Hey, thank you so much. It's always great to see you.
Thank you. And we'll be recovering from people pleasing our whole lives. So we're in this together.
We're working on it. I'm with you, girlfriend. All right. Florence Ann's book again is Build Your Village. We'll have more information on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.